Well, 400 years after the first African ancestors were brought to Virginia and forced into slavery, their descendants are honoring their perseverance.
Yeah, WMAR 2 News' Eddie Kadam is live in Fells Point tonight, where a 1619 commemoration just wrapped up. And Eddie, why is this location in Baltimore City so significant?
Well, Jamie, this is the spot where many of their ancestors' tragic journey to America began, being ripped from their homes in Africa, brought to this spot where there was slave pens and auction blocks. And tonight, because of the sacrifice and strength of those ancestors, they were able to come out and honor their ancestors, giving libations into the water, offerings for the slaves that didn't make it to America during that journey.
Drum is the foundation of us as a people. So whenever we gather, we're gathered by the drum.
In a space where their ancestors' first experience was being shackled and sold, an expression of power and culture, still strong 400 years later.
Us giving to the ancestors, because if they don't survive the Middle Passage, if they don't survive the 399 years of the sojourn, then we're not here.
400 years ago to the day, August 20th, 1619.
The first Africans came to America in the holds of ships to begin what would be the sojourn of making what we call America into America.
1619, it's a part of a movement across the country to commemorate a path to equality that they say still has a long way to go.
The Port Sparker Project commemorates ports of call for the transatlantic slave trade all over the world. So places where they started and where they disembarked. Baltimore was one of those ports.
400 years, slavery, Jim Crow, still facing oppression and injustice.
Baltimore was the industrial capital. So a lot of the labor of the African slaves were organized around here, and it was this place called Baltimore that helped turn America into the superpower that she eventually would become.
Empowered in their now, honoring their history.
We hope that our people specifically, really begin to learn the history of African people prior to the colonial period and prior to enslavement, because it helps to inform what we need to be doing in the work today.
And one of the most important things that this group says to do was to look into your lineage, because it can give you an immense sense of pride and self. Live in Fells Point, Eddie Kadam, WMAR 2 News.
All right, great.